welcome to the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal, and I'm joined by director, co-writer Mike Cheslik.
Hello, Neal. Thank you for having us.
Hello. Thank you for being here. And and co-writer Ryland Tews. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, Neal. We're sorry that our set doesn't look as good as yours.
Well, your movie looks great. Because that's the important part.
I also have all of my tiki paraphernalia that I own behind me right now.
Oh, excellent.
I don't own any.
Oh, I thought that you had them hidden behind the couch or something. They're there for good luck. So hundreds of beavers, and I have to say, sometimes I read the IMDb synopsis, and it's kind of lame, but in the 19th century supernatural winter epic, a drunken Applejack salesman must go from zero to hero and become North America's greatest fur trapper by defeating hundreds of beavers. I've never actually read one on the show before, but I had to this time because if I hadn't seen the movie, that would sell me on the movie.
Neal, do you think that it was false advertising for Ryland to write supernatural in that synopsis?
Interesting. I guess it depends on your point of view. I mean, the beavers are walking.
He's a liar. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Neal.
No. So you're calling Ryland a liar?
I think supernatural. I don't know that that's true.
Well, here's the thing. A natural beaver, it would be this big, and it would be a real beaver. In this film, they're very big, and they're not real beavers.
They're not real.
Natural.
So when you're at a game and the mascot comes out, do you get you start feeling spooky because you're like, there's a supernatural phenomenon has walked onto the baseball field?
I mean, I do. Maybe I'm in the minority.
Well, I did see Ryland hitting one at a festival with a chair and giving it like the F5. So
where was that?
I saw a video of it on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It may have been, it's either Brazil or Milwaukee. I don't know.
It's happened so many times you can't even remember.
I can't even remember. Yeah, these beavers, I tell you, they're a menace to society.
They try to thwart our screenings, but the show must go on.
So hundreds of beavers. What did the script look like? Because people haven't seen it. There's not really a lot of dialogue.
The script was 3 binders of storyboards that we've worked in Storyboard Pro, where you do all the drawings and then you time it up in Premiere. So there's both an animatic with timing and music, and you print them out as PDFs in a waterproof binder. And we're just walking through the snow with our binders in northern Wisconsin. Be like, okay, Ryland, now jump on that tree in the snow, and it's like us and like a crew of 2, and did that for 12 weeks over 2 winters. But yeah, the script wasn't a traditional script; it was just all boards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of it is some green screen stuff. There's a lot of real snow. So I did wonder, how cold you got, Ryland.
Oh, it ain't no thing.
It was really cold.
It was.
He's more worried about the supernatural beavers.
I'm still on that. Yeah. But yeah, it was like 75-80% shot in the wintertime in the snow in the woods in northern Wisconsin and northern Michigan. It was a little nippy out there.
It was like it didn't go above 0 for like a week, and degrees Fahrenheit. And for your listeners that use Celsius, stop watching.
That's always our advice. Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing though, is it was very, very cold in January and February in the northern Wisconsin. So, and obviously, it was chilly for me. I do some stuff where I'm definitely in the snow. But it was also tough for these guys playing the Beavers too, because we never quite figured out how to keep their feet warm. So It was basically just you'd be wearing your boots out in the cold, and then all of a sudden they would have to get into a beaver outfit or another animal. And the costumes themselves were warm enough, but the feet, it was just them they just had socks on, and then you just put on these stupid little mascot feet, and then you'd walk out into the snow, and you would, a second later, you're 2 feet in the snow, and 10 minutes later, your feet are just ice blocks.
But our R&D department worked on the problem, and we had a technological breakthrough.
That's true. Eric West, our assistant director, came up with the concept of trash pants, in which you put trash bags over your legs, and you, as Eric put it, duct tape the shit out of them. And then you will have a waterproof barrier between the snow and your feet if you just have some trash bags on your feet. So
top men. Top men on the job.
That was our R&D department. So that sort of worked once in a while.
I'll remember that from when the winter comes here.
Where are you, Neal? Man?
I'm in Massachusetts.
Oh, you know about it. No?
So it does get very cold here in the winter. It's very hot and humid at the moment, but it gets cold in the winter. Yeah. So I was actually just thinking, I'm kind of fixated on the supernatural beavers now. Have you?
I'm glad we're going back to it. I had like 4 more things to say about this.
Because I also thought, if this movie will ever be big in the furry community, and then I'm thinking, I don't know if what Ryland thinks of the furry community, if they're all supernatural.
Yeah, there's some kind of ghost convention. Is that Scully and Mulder at the furry con? Like, there's been a supernatural phenomenon. Very large foxes with prehensile thumbs are walking around the Indianapolis Convention Center.
Yeah,
we love our furries. We love you, furries. This is a film for you. We're gonna make funny every once in a while, but it comes from a place of love.
Yeah. I mean, furries, they're biggest fans. They're just really the salt of the earth. So can't say enough about those people.
Very good. We'll get that out to everybody. So what's the experience like watching this with an audience? Because I watch it at home, but I can imagine with people, it's going to be a fun experience.
They keep making noise and laughing, and I have you just trying to watch the movie.
You got to hear this important part, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta hear my important piece of dialogue.
You miss Ryland, and then I go, "Hey, the projector. We need to go back." I'm up in the projection booth saying, "We need to go back 10 minutes because they miss Ryland going for the 7th time." There's no dialogue in the movie. I don't know if we said that yet, but there's no dialogue.
Yeah, I think there might be a piece of dialogue, but it's basically not basic.
There's like a line or two. That's it.
He reads some leaked copy at the end.
So you said you filmed it over 2 winters. How long did the movie take to edit? I assume that was the longest part.
Oh, well, I'll tell you when it's done. Just kidding. It's the movie took, I mean, we were editing it from 4 years ago till now. I mean, or till this year. It was, an animatic that I had to edit. And then every time we shot, put the shots over the storyboard thing.
Yeah.
And then also there's 1,500 After Effects shots. So on and off, we were editing the entire production. We were editing for 4 years.
Yeah, and again, it was good for morale because Mike would always pull in the edit that night after shooting, and he would show us exactly what we shot that day, and that was great because there was a lot of days where we would be out in the middle of the woods, and it would be like, "What the hell are we doing out here? Like, what are these shots that we're collecting?" And then once Mike pulled into the edit that night, we'd be like, "Oh, okay, I get it. I guess I'll stay another day in the frozen woods." And that was another thing, though, being in the North Woods in the wintertime is at least, we worked very, very hard during the day, but we could always guarantee the crew, look, we literally have to stop shooting at like 4 because the sun goes down. So just bear with us. And if you can just muscle through it until 4, that's great. Then the day's over. Mike starts editing. We go back to the cabin. We pound 1,000 beers. Everyone's happy. So,
did anyone ever come by that's not involved in the movie and just see like legions of animals walking around, and then see what the hell?
Yeah, they were all really nice. They were really nice about it. It was in northern Wisconsin, and people were very friendly. And it was always fun when somebody would
say, hey, "What is this supernatural phenomenon?"
They would say.
Right, they could get it to start a seance or something. Yeah,
it was a lie to say supernatural. Don't you agree?
I kind of like that. I don't think it matters if it's true or not. I think it adds to the title and makes me want to watch it more. So,
Thank you.
So I guess the point is I'm fine with lying as long as it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Then it's truth. I think
that's lying and complaining. It's like don't lie, don't complain unless it's so funny.
Right. That's another motto for the show. So, were you always going to make it in black and white?
Yeah, it helps mask the bad effects work.
Yeah, I mean, you can do like Mike says. There's over 1,500 effect shots in this movie that Mike all did, and it was like I mean, if it wasn't the black and white aesthetic that we have, a normal effect shot that, usually would take like a day to do on Spider-Man, only takes like an hour to do for Beavers. So you needed to be in that black and white grainy aesthetic.
Also, like, winter is beautiful, but the thing about winter that's beautiful isn't all the colors.
Yeah. You don't want to film it in yellow snow. It's a different kind of movie.
We don't have any yellow snow gag, do we? We can't.
We literally can't.
Yeah, it could have been your Schindler's List moment. There's one drop of color and it's yellow snow.
Yes.
Because I heard a lot of people comparing this to Schindler's List.
Yes. And Yentl.
I
think it's now getting to the point where people are comparing Schindler's List to Beavers.
Yeah. What is this? Yeah.
It's the prequel, right? Yeah. So you said there's no dialogue, but there's a lot of cool fun sound effects. Are those all stuff like you already have, or how do you go about like, let's make a sound effect for these different things?
That's a great question, Neal, because many of those sound effects are runners that were engineered original sounds by our sound designer, Bob Barreto. So we had these recurring sounds that we wanted to engineer a totally new sound so that you would remember it when the runner comes back. And yeah, he created all those from scratch.
Yeah, Bob really props up this whole production with his amazing sound design and mixing. And like Mike said, a lot of the sounds are all just original ones that he did. And he's amazing. Everyone should hire Bob Barreto. He is a master, and Beavers was kind of his Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, it really adds to the movie. I mean, it definitely feels like a live action Looney Tunes or something, for 90 minutes. And the sound just really adds to everything that's happening. I don't think I've watched many movies with a big smile on my face the whole film.
Oh, that's really nice. Thanks.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that you think it's 90 minutes.
Well, an hour and 48 minutes, I believe.
But no. Well, yeah. But hopefully it feels a little faster. Don't be scared off by the runtime, kids.
Along those lines, though, has that been an issue so far at any festivals? The runtime. People
after the 90-minute mark, they just sense that something's going wrong and they start booing.
I meant more like this is too long. We can't program it.
I mean, there's some of that. No one's ever like actively said it to us, like festivals, but I think that is something that they're a little worried about. Just because, too, a lot of these festivals, especially at like a Fantasia or something, they're so all the programming is so like on top of each other. There are so many different movies, so sometimes I do think. But we got into Fantasia. We love Fantasia, but some of these other festivals, they're like, your movie's just like too long, it just in the programming it doesn't work or whatever. And so in those cases, though, we're just like, just play it at 11 at night, like just play it the last movie.
Yeah,
and have that issue.
And it's definitely a movie that would play well at night, I think. The last movie, just something weird and fun.
Yeah, it's good to see it with a crowd, and you're having some beers, you're not paying too much attention.
This is also why the poster looks like it's a mad world. We were like, maybe if we, reference that with the poster design, it'll put the movie in the context of a long slapstick movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, the festivals, since it doesn't really fit in a one genre, I guess, is that hard to figure out which festival to send it to? Because a lot of festivals are horror or underground, and I'm not really sure where Hundreds of Beavers fits.
Yeah, it's weirdly been in the horror circuit.
Well, yeah, I mean, we do the genre circuit. I think it helped too because Lake Michigan Monster was also in the genre circuit as well, so they already knew us going in. So we definitely are hitting a lot of those genre festivals, but also we're hitting just a lot of normal festivals that aren't genre. Because it's a movie, again, it's not a horror movie. Like, anyone can watch this and have a great time. So we've been, programmed everywhere. So and around the world, because there's no dialogue. So, we just won an award in Japan because it was at Yubari, because it was just it was the only non-Japanese movie in the festival, and it won an award. And again, because people it's a universal language.
Yeah.
People around the world like seeing people fall down in the snow, particularly mascots, and get hurt.
Especially when it's a guy that like really deserved it.
Right.
And they could just tell. They're like, man, this guy really deserves some pain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's good. When it's shown other places, are there ever subtitles just for like the noise or anything? I would find that funny, but
yeah, we got some subtitles, but it's mostly just because I mean, there's just a couple little lines of dialogue, not even really, but like the opening theme song is also
that's true.
There's lyrics in that.
Yeah.
So we have it for that. But the rest of it, it's actually great making subtitles for it because it's like not hard.
Who did the theme? It's great.
That was my dad actually.
Wow.
My dad, Ryland Tews, and he plays Ashcroft in Lake Michigan Monster, and he did the Dear Old Captain Seafield song in the end credits of that one. So it's great because we have between like my dad and then Chris Ryan, who did a bunch of original music in Beavers as well, and then the DeWolf Library, which we also used for Lake Michigan Monster. We just have a lot of great resources in terms of music. We have an embarrassment of riches, I'd say.
Yeah, Chris Ryan did character themes for everybody. So every time the human characters are together, and then in a few other moments that had tighter changes of emotion that were quicker, Chris Ryan is doing those sections. And yeah, he gave everybody a little theme of their own.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of these sequences were built around DeWolf tracks in the animatic, but there's sequences that are like this song just doesn't exist, where it's like, okay, we needed to go from a romance thing to a trombone burlesque thing into suspense, into the like into the like Santa Claus theme, and it needs to go then back to scary and then have a little like, and it's like all in like 20 seconds. It's like you need Chris to compose it.
Yeah, so Chris was doing the original music for that. So it'd be like stuff like that, where he's mousing it basically, just following the action.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're all our music guys are way more talented than we are.
I think equally as talented is a good way to say it. But I've not seen Lake Michigan Monster, and I really liked Hundreds of Beavers, so it actually made me want to go watch your previous movie. Where is that? Can I watch it somewhere? Or anyone out there can watch it somewhere?
Yeah, it's streaming on Amazon Prime, Tubi, Apple TV, YouTube, and then you could also, if you wanted to, you could buy the Arrow Video Blu-ray of it too.
Oh,
so it's out there, and that one cost just no money. It's a very, very small micro budget movie,
and it profited.
Oh, sweet. Well, congratulations on that.
That's actually the key. If you make your movie for $7,000, that's what all filmmakers should do. If we all made $7,000 movies, we'd all be millionaires.
A movie's title should be location, genre, enemy, like monster. It should be Cincinnati Mothman, and then you get all the Mothman people and all the Cincinnati people.
Yeah.
You could just do that. You could just do that for every movie.
Yeah,
I got to work on Cape Cod Giants or something.
Yeah.
No, there you go.
Put out there. So not to get ahead of ourselves, but where does Hundreds of Beavers go after Fantasia?
To more festivals near you, and we're going to have some theaters, some events, some VOD eventually, and you should follow Hundreds of Beavers on Instagram, and we will keep you updated with all the latest news in important topics like Hundreds of Beavers.
all the pressing supernatural issues of our day.
Exactly. That's how you got into the horror genre. If it wasn't for the supernatural, it might not have popped up.
Yeah. Oh, and then Lake Michigan Monster is available in normal places and from Arrow Video, and that is a horror movie.
All right, cool. I'm going to check that out. I'm not just saying that because you're here. I really enjoyed Hundreds of Beavers, and I want to check it out.
It's very scary.
All right, I'll be prepared.
Thank you so much for having us, Neal.
Thank you guys for doing this. It's been great.
Thanks, Neal.
Thanks. Bye.